doesn't even know that the code generator is working all the time unnecessarily. Alright, it's time to continue. Our AI friend has evolved and is now ready to take on the new assignment, which is, well, continue running the base. I have spent more hours than I'm willing to admit on improving its goal setting and goal checking and overall awareness of what's going on. And this should be maybe a bit less panicky and a bit more focused. I have reworked the HUD interface, so now it's given the update and a little bit of a overall direction. So for example, so much for non-panicky. Well, anyways, and it can actually acknowledge that some of the goals are blocked by some things, like for example, build the code generator to automate power production is blocked by internal combustion. And in theory, it should find that dependency and put, like we see here, has found the required research, and now it's scheduled for us. Good. So now let's oh, by the way, we have existential threats on low oxygen, but I guess that's nothing new. All right, so now let's go and execute the goals one by one. Power the deoxidizer and supply it with algae. Sure, I think it's powered and supplied, but we can increase the priority just in case. I don't know, how do you check this goal? Oh, there's no debuff on CO2. Well, that's not gonna happen, but sure. I mean, it's not gonna happen anytime soon, but eventually it will. Okay, good. So, research internal combustion, that I can do. Let's do that. Build one coal generator is blocked on that one. Expand mealwood farming to feed 4 dupes, because we need at least 20. For the 4 dupes. I think that's a very good call, isn't it? Increase oxygen production by building a second algae deoxidizer. Well, the second algae deoxidizer is this thing. It's the oxygen diffuser, obviously. Yes, it's no longer mineral diffuser, but no, algae diffuser. One building like this constructs 500 or produces 500 grams of oxygen, and each dupe consumes 100, so we should be in theory good for the colony of 5 dupes. But of course, as we are expanding the colony, as in digging, we need more oxygen. Now we have the goal of mealwood completed. That's good. Internal combustion completed. There are some goals that get cancelled, which I think is interesting. They get cancelled for various reasons. Like AI decided that maybe this wasn't a really good goal, or it was not timely, or what. Anyways, we'll just hide the completed or cancelled ones and work with these ones. Since our friend in the current version doesn't have any spatial awareness still, we'll need to help it, and I hope you don't count that as cheating. And we'll help it by moving the carbon generator somewhere lower in the base. So we'll build the coal generator lower in the base so that the produced CO2 doesn't flow through the entire base and just nicely collect somewhere down below. So maybe we could also speed things up with such nice guidance. We probably are not running any risks, right? Okay, research plumbing, that I can do, yes. Improve food quality by building electric grill. Okay, that is new. Let's definitely improve food quality. Someone needs it. Then we can proactively manage carbon with air systems and research carbon schema, but it requires plumbing, so it's okay. Establish grade hole for morale boost and construct the necessary buildings. Okay, well, it's not very helpful, or unless it is actually, because I think it has listed the building types from like internal game wiki. So we'll need a decor item and then one recreational building. Construct 4 dining tables for a grade hole. Yeah, well, that's, by the way, one of the buildings we'll need to construct. Alright, secure long-term morale bonus by unlocking or establishing grade hole. So that's our #1 priority, except for it's buried under higher priority things. according to AI itself. So how about the blueprints? Should we pick someone? Yeah, no, not noodle arms. Maybe one day our AI would have a say and would pick anyone out of compassion or empathy or... But for now, we'll stick to the goal of growing the colony, and we need to be picky with the first citizens. In no time we'll transition to workers and resources Soviet Republic with this one. Okay, so far so good. Oh yeah, goals. True. Oh yeah, the research was requested, right? Air systems. More to... What's air systems? Oh, it's that. Wait, what? Air systems gives us electrolyzer, and it's not going to unlock carbon skimmer. Okay, well, so much for all the awareness of the tech tree. All right, research interior decor to unlock decor and the items for the great hole. Well, isn't that amazing? Now it knows what we need. Build one rock crusher. Sure. It needs some research though. So coal generator will happen. Rock crusher will have to happen at some point. Needs research. This research. Okay, well, let's set the research. Done. Then we do what? We establish great hole. Can't do at the moment. And then, yeah, building the runway. We are sort of maybe building it. No, we have 5 dupes and we only have 4 dupes worth of farm, so I guess we'll need to do better, which is what this task is about. Good. Let's go. Let's build more planter boxes. So now that's going to be 30, and that will be enough for 5 plus some surplus. Good. 1 rock crusher. Now we can do 1 rock crusher. I think we could put it here, but we need a bit more space. Bam. Good. Next. Build 1 smart battery. Good. It's also blocked by sound amplifiers. Really? Is that the name of the research? Oh yeah. Wow. I never knew it. Good. Things you learn. 1700 hours later. But we'll just nicely wait until it asks us to research this thing. We can also maybe speed things up just a tiny bit now. Research sound amplifiers, look, it's just working. Works like a charm. Okay, let's do the sound amplifiers now. Good. There's a little gotcha there, though. That is, it is missing research station, so we'll not be able to research any sound amplifiers before we build the supercomputer, which we will not be able to do before we research the advanced research. But let's see, what else can we do in the meantime? Oh, look at this. It can almost hear what I'm saying, which is almost scary now. So we need supercomputer, which depends on advanced research now. Yeah, build a smart battery, can't do. Research sound amplifiers, can't do. Create great hole, can't do. Because I need to be told to use this water cooler. Or maybe, let's not be like that, let's help a little bit. Because after all, it has told us that we need a recreational building, which I guess you would figure that this is a recreational building, no? Yeah, it's so stuck on the oxygen. I'm waiting for the day it asks us to build masks or whatever, whatever else, suits. Okay, let's see what we have. Should we get someone actually? Slow learner, no. Slow learner, no. I guess we have the answer. Maybe some seeds? See about that. So now we can legitimately execute the goal, which was build 1 supercomputer. So just with a little nudge. Yeah, let's put it here. And now we will be able to research whatever that was. Sound amplifiers, wasn't it? Which makes sense to be in power. Oh, I guess because it's an amplifier, isn't it? Oh, by the way, we haven't planted anything, really. My bad. I am sorry, our AI friend. Maybe we should give it a name. Or, I mean, both. We have two of them. If you have any proposals on the name, leave them in the comments. So, direction. Research, metal refinement, infrastructure, shore power, automation, food supply. So I asked it not to, bombard us with goals until until we're done with some of the previous ones, or some of the current ones rather. So it will stick to these goals. It will only add goals if it feels that we're blocked and the current goals cannot be achieved. So then it will try to give us goals that are getting us closer to what needs to be done. Colony achievement earned. It's not war. Okay, fair enough. I wonder how many achievements can we collect, or can AI collect in this one. Build one liquid pump to supply water. Okay, did you not see our liquid pump? Well, anyways. How many cancel goals do we have? Build one carbon skimmer. Well, that's unfortunate to be cancelled. No, that would be a great goal. Except for before we transition to carbon skimmers and to the nicer bathrooms, I think we should research this sieve for some treatment of water. Okay, now we can build that smart battery. Good. But you know what? It won't help. You know why? We don't have automation. We need smart home. to automate that and to manage the coal generator. Okay. Build one liquid pump to supply water to supercomputer. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Like liquid cooler. Okay, well, let's not get stuck on this one. Lavatory and one sink. That is something we could do. So let's go and build... Oh, wait. No, that is not what we can do. And nor is lavatory. But we can still build the liquid pump, just for the sake of it. Anyways, lavatory and sink will have to be researched. Oh, well, it says it's blocked. It needs flush toilets and no outhouses and yeah, some good stuff. It doesn't realize that we don't have sanitation research. That is a bit of a problem. Let's see if it will realize that. Yeah, it has no way, unfortunately, I don't think it has any way of telling that our automation, the smart battery, is not hooked up to a coal generator. It doesn't even know that the coal generator is just working all the time unnecessarily. By getting new dupes. Actually, that's probably against the guidance. I mean, there's no guidance at this point, but we also know it's really struggling with the food runway, so I guess it wouldn't appreciate if we just add new dupes, the colony. Okay, well, that is all a bit unfortunate as a state. So should we pause here and have more conversations with the AI? Or should we continue and try to achieve something still? Oh, more goals. Secure 1 ton of coal. Uh-oh. Are we running out of coal or what? Can't tell. I wasn't really watching. Oh, but I guess it's panicky on the fact that the generator is not running. But anyway, so I also thought we could build a bit of plumbing here. Let's build it this way. And now with sanitation in place, which I think just got researched, we can do the following. Or how many actually? Sorry, just got a bit ahead. So medicine, sink needs to be this, needs to be that. So I wonder what happens next. Will it actually suggest that we need to treat the water, and what would be a trigger to treat it? Okay, well, it really wants us to excavate some more coal, which we can do. We have it here, just to keep things running. Produce more refined metal using the rock crusher to provide materials for power automation. Let's go. That is amazing. Does it realize we don't have power automation, by the way? Or, sorry, the whatever automation. Oh, power automation. No, wait. Does it refer to battery? Maybe I got overly excited. Okay, so back to the goals. it didn't appreciate us getting all this nice coal because it wanted a trend. I don't know how to provide the trend. Maybe I should be like constantly excavating, but I also don't see much more. Anyways, we can ignore that for the moment, since we're getting more and more goals. No, we actually aren't. Eliminate liquid from working surfaces. Oh, interesting. That's also what we've done. Something that I did, I guess, subconsciously, but yeah, that's what it wanted us to do. Now I'm a little bit tempted here. I think we need to increase the priority for that building, for the generator itself, but it will just wastefully burn everything, and our AI does not have any way of telling that the smart battery is not connected to it, to the generator. So that may be problematic. We're also getting too many dupes on the same schedule. Also, given how many lavatories we actually have. So I also feel like I'm rediscovering the game or helping the assistant to rediscover the game, because this is how I think I was familiarizing myself with the game. Like, try and build what you think makes sense and then figure that it doesn't, or that it just needs something else in order to make sense. Interesting adventure. And I think we're mostly stuck, to be honest, at this point. There's some chores going on, like dealing with our little farm here and supplying some coal to the generator, which is good, but I don't think it's getting us any further in terms of the colony development. And we're approaching cycle 20 at this point, and I think our AI friend needs a little patch now, and I'll have to do it before we can proceed. If you made it here in the video, you might as well be interested in the project roadmap. We started off with the general scaffolding and a naive implementation of the AI advisor. I'd say helpful, but limited. In this episode, we worked with a more sophisticated version, one that sets measurable and achievable goals, and also helps resolve the tech tree dependencies. Next, we need to move away from reacting to problems one at a time, and start treating the base as a complex system. After that, I think right path is due. Let the AI put its digital hands on the colony steering wheel, and later, I'd like to explore what we can gain from local models, as well as evolve the overall architecture towards a more proactive AI setup. And if you'd like to see where this goes, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.